Did you know that one small habit in your kitchen could quietly raise your blood pressure, weaken your digestion, and even cloud your memory? It sounds innocent enough, just reheating last night's dinner. But for seniors, that simple act could be doing more harm than good. What if I told you that certain leftovers, when reheated, can form compounds that silently fuel inflammation, unbalance your blood sugar, and strain your heart over time? According to a study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, specific reheated foods were linked to a 29% higher risk of cardiovascular issues in adults over 60. So the question is, which foods are secretly working against you, and which ones actually become healthier when warmed properly? In today's video, we're revealing 3 foods you should always reheat for better energy and brain health, and 3 that you should never touch once they've gone cold. Do you reheat leftovers every day? Type yes or no in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to hit subscribe for more senior health tips like this. Let's dive in. Should reheat 1. Oatmeal, the warm breakfast that strengthens from within. Ever thought your bowl of oats could become even healthier the next day? Most of us think of oatmeal as a comforting, wholesome breakfast. But what you may not know is that when oats are cooked, cooled, and then gently reheated, something fascinating happens inside each spoonful. This process creates what's called resistant starch, a special type of carbohydrate that resists digestion in the small intestine. Instead, it feeds the good bacteria in your gut, helping to improve digestion, reduce inflammation, and stabilize blood sugar, all of which are especially important as we age. But that's not all. Oatmeal also contains beta-glucan, a powerful soluble fiber shown to help lower bad cholesterol and support heart health. And when you top it with cinnamon, walnuts, or blueberries, you're not just adding flavor. You're infusing your breakfast with natural antioxidants that fight off cellular aging. It's a simple act of self-care. A warm bowl of oats can feel like a hug from the inside out, especially on cold mornings or quiet days. Many older adults toss out leftover oats, but reheating them the right way can actually make them better for your body. To reheat properly, add a splash of water or milk and warm slowly on the stove while stirring. This keeps the texture soft and the nutrients intact. Do you eat oatmeal every morning? Comment "Oat yes" or "Nope" down below. We'd love to know. Now that you know how a humble bowl of oats can support your gut and heart, let's move to a dish that offers something even deeper. A warm, healing food that's been cherished for generations. Should reheat 2. Vegetable soup, a healing elixir for joints and immunity. What if your leftover soup was actually more healing the next day? It turns out that homemade vegetable soup doesn't just keep well, it gets better. When vegetables like carrots, celery, and sweet potatoes are simmered slowly, their cell walls begin to soften. But here's the secret. When you let the soup rest overnight and reheat it gently the next day, those same vegetables release even more antioxidants and minerals into the broth. The result? A richer, more concentrated source of immune-boosting nutrients, perfect for seniors who may be dealing with joint stiffness, inflammation, or a weakened immune system. Reheating soup slowly on the stovetop, not in the microwave, helps retain its healing properties and adds to the soothing experience of a warm, nourishing meal. Try adding garlic, turmeric, or parsley while reheating. This trio works like a natural anti-inflammatory blend for the body and can calm swelling from within. Beyond the nutrients, soup carries something deeper. It brings back memories of family kitchens, winter afternoons, and the smell of love simmering on the stove. There's a comfort in soup that goes beyond taste. It nourishes the heart as much as the body. For older adults who struggle with appetite or digestion, soup is a perfect choice. Soft, gentle, and easy to absorb without taxing the system. What herb do you always add to your soup? Comment it below. We might feature your answer in an upcoming video. And speaking of warm, grounding comfort, Our next food might not seem exciting, but it holds a powerful secret for strength, blood sugar control, and even better sleep. Let's take a closer look. Should reheat 3. Brown rice. The steady energy. Builder. Most people think rice is just a plain side dish, but when it's brown, cooled, and reheated the right way, it can quietly transform into a powerful source of strength. Brown rice still contains the bran and germ, which are the most nutrient-rich parts of the grain. These layers are packed with magnesium, B vitamins, and selenium, nutrients that support muscle recovery, nerve function, blood pressure regulation, and even better sleep. And just like oatmeal, brown rice forms resistant starch when it's cooled and reheated. This helps your body digest more smoothly, lowers the risk of blood sugar spikes, and feeds the good bacteria in your gut. It's easy to prepare a big batch of brown rice ahead of time, store it in glass containers, and reheat it gently with a splash of water or olive oil. You can even mix in some soft veggies or lentils for extra flavor and fiber. One common mistake: reheating it dry in the microwave. That not only ruins the texture, but also reduces its gut-friendly benefits. Moisture is key to bringing it back to life. Personally, I've found that reheated brown rice gives me steady energy throughout the day. No crashes, no bloating, just fuel that lasts. Have you tried reheating brown rice at home? Let us know how you do it in the comments. We'd love to hear your recipe ideas. Now, while brown rice builds your strength from within, not all reheated foods are so forgiving. Some can actually cause more harm than good, especially for your digestion and nerves. Let's look at one that often slips under the radar: mushrooms. Should not reheat 1. Mushrooms. The earthy delight that turns against you. They taste rich, feel nourishing, and pair well with almost anything. But did you know that reheated mushrooms could quietly upset your digestion or even impact your nervous system? Mushrooms are packed with complex proteins and amino acids that are wonderful when fresh. But here's the tricky part. These proteins are delicate. When mushrooms are cooked, cooled, and then reheated, those proteins change structure again, forming compounds that are much harder to digest, especially for older adults with more sensitive stomachs. This can lead to bloating, discomfort, or nausea, and over time, it may silently tax your gut and immune system. What's even more concerning is how mushrooms are stored. If they were sautéed in butter or oil and then left out at room temperature for more than 2 hours, they can become a breeding ground for harmful bacteria like listeria. These bacteria might not show symptoms right away, but they can weaken the body's defenses, something we can't afford after 60. To store mushrooms safely, refrigerate them under 40 degrees Fahrenheit within 2 hours of cooking, and reheat thoroughly to at least 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Still, the best way to enjoy mushrooms is fresh and cooked only once. Looking for a safer alternative? Try steamed tofu. It's gentle on digestion, high in protein, and just as satisfying in stir-fried dishes. Do you usually reheat your mushroom meals? Let us know how you store and prepare them in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Now, mushrooms might be a hidden danger, but the next food on our list is even more surprising. It's something most of us eat several times a week, often for breakfast. And it might be quietly working against your heart and energy. Let's take a look. Should not reheat. 2. Eggs from protein. Power to digestive trouble. Scrambled eggs from yesterday might still look okay. But inside, they've changed in ways that your body may not appreciate. Eggs are often praised for their high-quality protein, vitamin D, and choline, all of which are essential for seniors to maintain muscle, brain function, and bone health. But here's the catch. Once eggs are cooked, cooled, and then reheated, their protein structure begins to harden and oxidize. That means they become tougher to digest, especially for older adults who may already have slower metabolism or digestive issues. Even more concerning is what happens to the fats and cholesterol in eggs when reheated, especially in a microwave. These can become oxidized, forming compounds that may promote inflammation in the arteries. For those already dealing with high blood pressure or heart problems, this is a silent risk that often goes unnoticed. There's a common myth that microwaving eggs is totally fine. In fact, microwaving may be the worst way to reheat them, as it heats unevenly and increases oxidation faster than pan heating. So, what's the safer option? Cook eggs fresh, preferably by boiling or poaching, and eat them right away. If you need protein on the go, hard-boiled eggs can be prepared quickly and stored for short periods. Just avoid reheating. From my experience, eating eggs fresh always leaves me feeling lighter and more energized, without the sluggishness that comes from leftovers. What's your favorite way to cook eggs fresh? Scrambled, boiled, poached? Share it in the comments. We might include your method in a future video. Now, eggs might surprise you, but the final food on our list is one of the most beloved comfort foods in America. And yet, when reheated, it can quietly spike your blood sugar, cloud your thinking, and weaken your legs. Stay with me. Should not reheat 3. White potatoes, the comfort food. That backfires? Mashed potatoes are creamy, cozy, and full of memories. But what if they're also quietly draining your energy? White potatoes have a high glycemic index, which means they quickly turn into sugar in your body. When reheated, especially with butter, cream, or oil, their starches change, making this spike in blood sugar even sharper. Over time, this can trigger inflammation, poor circulation, and even numbness in the legs or feet, especially for seniors. Many people experience post-meal fatigue and think it's just aging, but it might be that reheated plate of potatoes. There's more. If you're reheating potatoes in plastic containers, especially in the microwave, you could be exposing yourself to BPA, a chemical known to affect hormone balance and heart health. It's a risk we often overlook in everyday habits. And while white potatoes do fill you up, they're missing the antioxidants and fiber found in more colorful root vegetables, like sweet potatoes or beets. Want a delicious and healthier swap? Try mashed sweet potatoes with a little cinnamon and olive oil. It's creamy, full of flavor, and loaded with vitamin A, fiber, and anti-inflammatory compounds. Plus, it's easier on your blood sugar and supports your immune system. I've made this switch in my own kitchen, and honestly, I don't miss the white potatoes at all. What's your favorite potato dish? Would you consider switching to sweet potatoes? Let us know in the comments. We've now explored the 6 most important reheated foods that either help or hurt your health. But the real takeaway isn't just what's on your plate. It's the small, loving choices you make every day. Let's wrap it all up. You've just discovered 3 simple foods, oatmeal, vegetable soup, and brown rice, that can become your daily allies when reheated the right way. And you've also learned about 3 common comfort foods, mushrooms, eggs, and white potatoes, that might be quietly working against your health if you're not careful. The truth is, aging well isn't about being perfect. It's about making thoughtful choices, one meal at a time. Reheating leftovers is part of life. But today, you've learned that what you reheat and how can influence your energy, digestion, memory, and even your ability to stay independent longer. So, next time you open the fridge, pause for a second. Not every food deserves a second chance. Share this video with someone you care about, a parent, a friend, or a neighbor, because small changes in their kitchen might bring big changes in their life. Leave us a comment. What's the one food you reheat most often? We'd love to hear your story, offer tips, and maybe even include your experience in a future video. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. It really helps us keep bringing you health tips made with care. Until next time, stay informed, stay strong, and reheat with love, not just habit.